The arena is shaking. The lights burn bright overhead, but the atmosphere is darker than anyone expected. Tonight isn't just another boxing match. Tonight is a storm waiting to explode. Shane Mosley, Sugar, walks to the ring with a calmness that feels almost unnatural. His eyes are sharp, focused, hiding something deep inside. A promise, a warning, maybe even revenge. He moves like a man who has already seen every punch before it lands. But tonight, even he knows. Ricardo Mayorga is not like any man he has faced before. On the opposite side, marching like a beast released from a cage, is Ricardo Mayorga, El Matador, the wildest fighter in boxing, a man who doesn't just fight, he creates chaos. His chin up, hands low, tobacco attitude, fearless laughter. He looks more like he's walking into a bar fight than a professional ring. The crowd roars, cameras flash, but between Mosley and Mayorga, there is silence, a deadly kind of silence that only two predators understand. As Mayorga throws his gloves up, mocking Mosley, spitting insults, daring him to break, the world suddenly realizes this isn't going to be a normal fight. The referee calls them in. Their stare down could cut through steel. Mayorga leans in and whispers something nasty, disrespectful, venomous, something meant to drag Mosley out of his calm. For only a split second, Mosley's expression cracks, and that one moment proves the fight has now become personal. The bell rings. Mayorga explodes forward like a madman unleashed. Wild swings, wide hooks, zero fear. He doesn't care about technique. He cares about destruction. Every punch he throws looks like it was born from the streets of Nicaragua's toughest nights. Mosley steps back, measuring him like a sniper. But even then, Mayorga's reckless pressure begins to push the pace. He quietly, then suddenly, bam! Mosley fires a jab smoother than lightning, slicing through Mayorga's wild guard. The shot lands clean, and the crowd erupts. Mayorga smiles, a dangerous smile. He wants more. Round one ends with both men staring like they're ready to break each other's souls. The war is only beginning. The second part of the battle begins before the bell even rings. Mayorga is pacing like a wild predator, shaking his head, daring Mosley to step into the storm again. Mosley sits quietly in his corner, breathing slow, controlled, like a calm ocean hiding a tsunami underneath. The bell rings, and instantly, chaos. Mayorga rushes forward, swinging hooks from angles no boxing textbook would ever teach. His punches are wild, violent, unpredictable, just enough to stay safe. But Mayorga's unrelenting pressure is something else entirely. The ring suddenly feels smaller, the air thicker, the danger closer. Mayorga yells again, shouting insults in Spanish, dropping his hands, sticking his face forward. Hit me if you can. He is playing with fire. But this is a fire he lives for. Mosley answers with a cracking combination. Jab, right hand, left hook, perfect, sharp, surgical. But Mayorga doesn't step back. He absorbs the punches like a man made of iron, then smiles again, waving Mosley forward. This isn't boxing anymore. It's psychological warfare. Mosley narrows his eyes. He knows exactly what Mayorga is doing. But he also knows Mayorga can't sustain this wild style forever. Mosley starts digging to the body. Short hooks, hard rib shots. Each one thuds like a hammer against a steel door. Mayorga finally slows. Just a little, but that little is enough. Mosley pushes forward now, calm turned into a rain down in precise angles. The crowd shifts in excitement as momentum begins to swing. But Mayorga refuses to back down. He throws a massive overhand right, a punch that could end anyone's night. Mosley slips by a hair, feeling wind brush past his cheek. The near miss electrifies the arena. Round 2 ends with both fighters breathing heavy. Sweat drips, muscles tense, hearts pounding. This is not a boxing match. This is a war no one wants to lose. Round after round, Mayorga's madness hasn't slowed. If anything, his chaos grows. He taunts, dances, splits his guard wide open on purpose, inviting destruction like a daredevil walking a rope above fire. But Mosley is done waiting. From the first second of this round, he changes. He becomes faster, sharper, more violent with his accuracy. His punches land with a different tone, a surgical, brutal tone. He snaps Mayorga's head back with a jab so clean, the commentators gasp. But Mayorga keeps coming. Every time Mosley lands, significant, Mayorga fires back with a wild hook, a looping bomb, or a brutal uppercut that misses by inches. He looks like a man willing to die in the ring before taking a backward step. The crowd can feel something shifting, something breaking, something rising inside Mosley. Mosley digs deep, left hook to the ribs, right hand to the chin. Another left hook, a combination so smooth it looks rehearsed in the shadows of 1,000 late-night training sessions. For the first time, Mayorga feels it. He winces, tiny but real. Mosley's eyes light up. He senses the beginning of the end. But Mayorga, wounded and wild, launches a final barrage of bombs, every punch thrown to end the fight with one shot. He swings so hard he nearly loses his balance, stumbling, yet still refusing to back down. Mosley stays composed, counters perfectly, and begins landing with dangerous precision. A clean right hand spins Mayorga's head. A brutal left hook cracks through his defense. The sound echoes like thunder. The crowd rises. Everyone understands the truth. Mayorga is breaking. But before the round ends, Mayorga pulls the craziest move yet. He drops his hands completely, opens his arms, and shouts at Mosley to attack. Mosley doesn't hesitate. He charges forward with a blistering combination. Straight right, left hook, right hand again. The bell saves Mayorga by a second. Barely. The war is almost over, and both men know it. The final round begins with a chilling tension. Mayorga stumbles slightly as he rises from his stool, but he forces a smile, still taunting, still provoking, still proving that even broken, he refuses to show fear. Mosley stands like a cold executioner, quiet, focused, ready. The bell rings. Mosley wastes no time. He storms forward with bad intentions. His punches now. Mayorga disrespected him. He lands a sharp right hand, then a brutal left to the body. Mayorga winces again. He backs up, something he hasn't done all night. The crowd senses the end. Mosley's footwork becomes predatory. His punches become merciless. He traps Mayorga on the ropes. The arena shakes as he unleashes combinations that explode off Mayorga's skull. Mayorga tries to fight back, swinging wildly, desperately trying to turn the tide with one lucky punch. But his power is fading, his legs weakening, his breath slowing, and then it happens. Mosley steps in, loads up, and fires a monster left hook. Crack! Mayorga collapses, not slowly, not carefully. He goes down like a wall, shattered by a wrecking ball. The crowd erupts in pure shock. Mayorga tries to stand, but his legs wobble like they don't belong to him. He forces himself up at 9, but he's broken. His body tilted, eyes glassy, spirit exhausted. The referee takes one look and waves it off. TKO. Shane Mosley wins. A brutal, unforgettable ending. Mosley lifts his gloves. Mayorga, even in defeat, still tries to yell something, but it fades into the noise of the roaring arena. Tonight, Mosley proved why discipline beats chaos, why calm destroys madness, why legends survive storms. And as the lights dim, the world remembers one thing. This wasn't just a fight. This was a war, etched into boxing history.